It's the time for the censoring. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, come one, come all. Sony has decided it's like I said, man. When you're using AI, and AI, the bigger it gets, the more problems it's going to create. Everyone's like, "Oh, it makes everything better." It's like, really doesn't. Anyways, so Sony's patent comes out and wants to censor your games in real time using AI. Now, they're of course selling this as a hey, parents, you can protect your children from XYZ, but in reality, it's going to be used to just automatically censor things it doesn't like. Okay, probably this will be sold first as a kid-friendly version, like kid-friendly version of video games. So like, when you're playing your Call of Duty and you're mass murdering people and guts and gore and blood's flying everywhere. I don't think Call of Duty has gore, but definitely some blood. They won't see anything. There'll be nothing there. It'll just be like magical cotton candy. Or like the guns will turn into like water balloons and they're just squeezing water balloons at each other. Some crap like that, right? Or like, let's say Stellar Blade. Like there's examples of their bikinis going from, basically lingerie to somewhat normal bikinis, which is not why people play that game. They play it for the jiggles. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, but most accurately, what will end up happening is it will ensure that no wrong think and no wrong political message ever comes out. And it's being pushed by wonderful Sony in San Francisco. So let's go back over here to this one. So this is an article, an opinion piece from Bounding into Comics. And it's saying the brainchild of current PlayStation global user experience design lead, Mason Foster. Who is Mason Foster? Well, he's this wonderful looking guy who resides in San Francisco, California. So, wonderful San Francisco, once again, ensuring it does not become irrelevant and wants to reach out and control what you do. Brainchild of current PlayStation global user experience design lead Mason Foster, who we just saw from San Francisco. Details as to this worrying new tool were first brought to light courtesy of a December 9th patent application to the United Nations official World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, that's a mouthful I just read, as filed under the title Automatic Bespoke Edits of Video Content Using AI. So, this isn't just for new stuff. This is for current video games. So literally they can type in that AI and say, hey, AI, we don't like this one scene. Hey, AI, we don't really like that. Hey, AI, that's not correct. That's not politically what we want right now. That's not the current message we're wanting to give. And he kind of exposes that in his message and his writing. So explaining the reasoning behind the AI's creation, Sony asserted, as recognized herein, this is some major legal nonsense political speech, ratings levels for video games and other types of audio-video content can evolve over time. Again, it's like a living, changing, altering thing. And that certain types of potentially sensitive content may become more acceptable and therefore qualify the AV content for a lower rating than it might have received in the past. So what they're trying to push right here with this statement is stating, oh, it might have been like mature, but, with some slight culture engineering and some politically maneuverings, we can now boost it up to a teen. It's now acceptable, or vice versa. Or just like, hey, you know what? This current message that we had out that was like perfectly normal and acceptable then, we don't like that so much. Let's just have AI change it. So it continues on with his statement. Given this, it is difficult for parents and guardians to adequately judge, yes, parents and guardians, you're just stupid, to adequately judge the nature of the AV content prior to letting their children watch or play it. But more than that, the general ratings themselves might not adequately compensate for individual user sensitivities to certain things that may, like this is just a bunch of gobbledygook that might be objectionable to a specific person for whatever reason. Current technology fails to provide a way to adequately address these things. What? So basically what they're saying is they want AI to block things that they don't like. That's what they're going to do. Sony's like, hey, you know what? If you're playing a game with our systems or whatever that we're attached to that we control, this AI is going to actively censor things automatically that we just don't like. If you try to do something with probably with, like you try to utilize mods or anything like that, and big Sony doesn't like it, doesn't matter. That AI is going to come in, jack up your stuff, and censor it. Hit my computer. To this end, the AI will allow for the vetting of audio-video content, audio-only content, and video content for language, adult situations, drug use, violence score, etc., and even for individual user sensitivities. Now, here's the big part. Individual user sensitivities. Basically political. Now, this is almost being sold as if you can kind of customize what you use this AI for. But if it's censorship, and they know how much they want to do censorship, they're going to do it behind the scenes while you're not looking. So some things that you may not realize are changed, they're changing. And this is, again, it's not a permanent block, but this is also why a long time ago I ran other channels. I was always against everything going online becoming digital because it just gives them more control. Kind of like where they cancel your video game or they adjust things on your video game and they don't have to ask you. You paid money for it, you own it, but you don't own it because it's digital and they can just access it whenever they want. Well, now they're going to utilize AI to control everything. Like, so if you had something, AI can just be like, nope, you're done. And again, they're selling this as protect the children, which also actively at the same time, the same political ideology is also the one trying to brainwash children. Yeah. And again, this is why I say don't run away from AI. Learn to utilize AI and how to identify AI and create yourself the knowledge, modern knowledge skill base around AI. That way you can combat this and give pushback for this kind of nonsense. Because they're just going to keep making it worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I don't see any gain from this. I mean, we've had kids playing mature games for a long time. I remember when I was a teenager, I played mature games, Halo and stuff and whatnot. Granted, parents should be paying attention to what their kids are doing. Hence, I think recently Roblox got into trouble because they allowed their whole entire platform and system to be utilized for predators, which is not good. Pay attention to what your kids are doing, adults, parents. Otherwise, someone else is manipulating them or raising them. That's the reality of it. So what do you guys think? I'm pretty sure most of you probably agree with me that this is just, again, another backdoor way of like, save the children. Whenever they talk about saving children and they talk about all this crap, what they're really saying is they're forcing their politics upon you. All right, outlaws. Take it easy. Stay aware. Learn how to AI, learn how to counter it. Stay safe. We'll see you next time. Oh, Merry Christmas, or Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, Happy Yule. See you later.